It's no use. He's totally smoked, and it'll take him all night to sleep that off. I don't suppose he'll be awake anytime soon. From that fine smell of liquor, I'd say it's gotta be a speakeasy. Hello, Mackie.
Jack, swell to see you again. Any leads on the Burnham case?
Nope. Did you know the lad at all?
Just pleasantries. Seemed a nice enough fella, if a little rough around the edges. Strange business, though. I'd never have figured him as a crook. The First National was a well-run store, a rare thing here in Innsmouth.
Okay, Mackie. Thanks.
Goodbye, Jack. Be careful what you're doing. Very careful. Innsmouth's a dangerous place. Not everyone who visits here ends up leaving by the old bus route.
This Mackie character knows plenty, but I don't think grilling him for scraps of information is gonna crack this case.
Jack, we can't be seen talking together. What is it?
Why do you stay in Innsmouth, Rebecca?
My grandfather, John Lawrence, was editor of the Innsmouth Courier. He was murdered in the slaughter of 46. He had always despised the Marshes and their blasphemous doings, and it was he who led the party out to the reef that night. They arrested Captain Marsh and his order, and tossed them in the old jailhouse. A few weeks later, my grandfather was dead. My father saw him die. Him and many others, burned alive in the Courier's basement.
All the more grounds to leave.
To leave would be to fail my own legacy. I have a duty to protect the good in Innsmouth, at least what little good remains.
Rebecca, maybe you know. What happened at the variety store?
Ah, Tom Waite's place. The gossip on the streets is that the store safe holds a great treasure. Since the Order got wind of the rumors, they've been desperate to get their filthy hands on it. But it seems they can't get close.
Odd. Do you suppose Burnham knew about it? Maybe he pocketed it before breezing out of town.
I don't know, Jack. He'd only been in town a few months, and we can't be certain he even managed to leave. Ruth Billingham must be involved in all this somehow. She was desperate for a way out of Innsmouth.
What do you know about her?
Only that she and Brian were close, much to the Order's disapproval. You should speak to Tom Waits. Find out for certain if the treasure's gone.
Where can I find him?
He lives on 803 Dock Street, just by the back of the old town poorhouse.
Where did you say I could find Waits again?
He lives on 803 Dock Street, by the back of the poorhouse.
Where did you say I could find Waits again?
He lives on 803 Dock Street, by the back of the poorhouse.
What do you know about the break-in at the variety store?
Only what was in the press. You should speak to Thomas Waite. He owns the joint.
Where's his place?
I think the Waite's house is over on Dock Street, near the back of the poorhouse.
Thanks.
Though I warn you, Innsmouth's driven old Waite's a bit crazy. He doesn't talk a lot of sense.
That's my sort of fella. He sounds just perfect. What's this Jacob Marsh like?
He didn't show up for our appointment. But then again, the Marshes never do.
Seems like we're both having some lousy luck.
I've only met Jacob the once. He's not the prettiest picture, and a real slimy character.
Mackie,
Hello, Jack.
what's the government's interest in the Marsh refinery, anyway?
It's just domestic affairs. You ask a lot of questions, Jack.
I'm a detective. What the hell do you expect?
What you're after comes under official secrets, if you know what I mean. But I can tell you that our government has become increasingly suspicious of Innsmouth and the Marsh family.
I've heard of the Marshes. Rumors of that family are rife, even on the streets of Arkham. None of what's said is pleasant.
That I can believe. The Marshes have been ruling this port for nearly a century, ever since that plague swept these streets in the 40s.
A plague? Is that why the place is so deserted?
Masses died, so that would figure. There's gossip that old Captain Aben Marsh brought the disease onto this port from foreign trade. Deliberately.
Oh my God. Is that why so many of the townsfolk are suffering from that hideous affliction?
Perhaps. Those from out of town call it the Innsmouth look.
Where did you say Waite's house was again?
I think it's over on Dock Street, near the back of the poorhouse.
Where did you say I could find Waite's again?
He lives on 803 Dock Street, by the back of the poorhouse.
Where is everybody? It's very quiet.
Stop pestering me, stranger.
I'm looking for Brian
We're in the wrong place, asking the wrong questions outside.
What happened here, Constable?
Nothing.
Oh, swell. You can let me pass then?
No. You'll have to go another way.
Constable Ropes,
What you after now?
you ever meet Brian Burnham?
I couldn't rightly say as I remember.
The burglarizing of the First National is big news in the Arkham press. The Burnham lad must be one of your prime suspects. Any luck tracing his whereabouts?
No. That'd be a matter for the Order.
The Order? Isn't this a matter for the police?
Yup. That too.
Who is the Order?
Them's that look after affairs there in Innsmouth. And you'd mind your business not to be asking too many questions.
Seems like the Burnham lad had some doll along for company on this little caper.
All sorts of nonsense and hearsay be gossip about such affairs.
But there was another robbery at Waite's Variety Store. That much is true?
That's for certain.
How did they break in?
Just down them there steps. Old Tom Waits had locked up for the night.
Right. Thanks. Do you know where I could find Mr. Waits in the evening?
It's getting late. Folks who know what's good for 'em are generally bolted in their homes by now.
Where's Waite's house?
Look, stranger. Get lost and stop your bothering me with questions.
He's nothing more than a thug, and I don't feel like pushing my luck.
If I see you talking to the outsider, you'll get thrown in jail.
I've told him nothing.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked...
Can't help you.
It won't open. I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
Sorry, stranger. I can't help you.
He either doesn't know nothing, or isn't gonna tell me nothing. Whichever, it won't help my case. It won't budge. It's unlocked.
If I see you without fire, I'll report your order.
Oh, let's say nothing!
open. Where is everybody? It's very quiet.
Just leave me be, stranger.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
I can't be seen talking to you.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
I can't be seen talking to you.
Nothing of interest. Nothing of interest here. It won't budge. It won't open. It won't budge. It's the entrance to the town poorhouse. Where is everybody? It's very quiet.
If you don't like it, just turn around and leave.
Do you need any help? Disease is rampant in this town. Do you need any help? Disease is rampant in this town. It won't open. Do you need any help? It won't budge. The sign says, Innsmouth Poorhouse, in memory of Lady Warnes. It won't open.
Since old Lady Warren's passed away, the food is rotten, but we'll die soon enough.
What are you looking at there, old-timer?
Nothing. I'm just looking. What you doing in old Warren's house, young feller? This hole is for the broke and the dying.
I'm trying to find Dock Street.
It's out back of the house. Everything in Innsmouth is rotten and dying. Windows boarded up, and all sorts of curious barking and crawling around black cellars and attics. How'd you like to be living in a town like this, feller?
I've been to more welcoming places. I don't think he's been outdoors for years. He isn't gonna know anything. That Zadok Allen tells some wild tales.
Aye, Zadok's a troublemaker, I tell you. If he weren't such a drunken old fool, he ought to have sorted him out before now.
Innsmouth must have an intriguing past.
Innsmouth's a historic town, stranger. Plenty of history here.
Do you know anything about the robberies of the 2 stores in town?
No, can't help you there, fella. I can only tell you what I seen from this here window, and that ain't much of nothing.
Do you know anything about the robberies of the 2 stores in town?
No, can't help you there, fella. I can only tell you what I see.
This almshouse is home to the old and the destitute. These beds reek of sweat and urine. This almshouse is home to the old and the destitute. These beds reek of sweat and urine. This almshouse is home to the old and the destitute. These beds reek of... Can't see anything of use. Nope. This almshouse is home to the old and the destitute. Her sleep is restless and erratic. I'm not gonna wake her. Her sleep is restless and erratic. I'm not gonna wake her. These beds reek of sweat and urine. This almshouse is home to the old and the destitute. Nope, nothing of interest. The old woman's dead. She must have kicked it a week back, or more. There's no sign of a struggle, or any external injuries. The old woman's dead. She must have kicked it a week back, or more. It won't budge. It won't budge. It's not important. These posters are everywhere. It won't open. It won't budge. Where is everybody? It's very quiet.
It's getting late outside. Folks says no what's good for them are safely boated in their homes by now.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
I never had no Burnham.
Where is everybody? It's very quiet.
It's getting late outside. Folks says no what's good for them are
It's
safely
blocked.
boated
I
in
can't
their
go that
homes
way.
by now.
Hello there, little lady.
Hi, sir.
Are your parents at home?
Daddy's at work and Mummy's upstairs in the attic. She's been bad.
I see. So, what's your name, little lady?
Ramona?
Well, Ramona, could you get your mommy for me?
Nope. Mummy bites. Daddy says we've got to keep her up there for her own good.
Excuse me?
When I go near the door, she growls. I don't love Mummy like I love my daddy.
You don't say. Ramona, I really need to speak to your daddy. Do you know when he'll be home?
Soon, I think. You can wait inside if you like. Daddy won't mind. I'm drawing pictures with my crayons.
That would be great. Thanks. I should check the place over while I've got the chance. Jesus, those people are ripped apart. That's why they're cordoning off this tunnel. Jesus, those people have been ripped apart. That's why they were cordoning off this tunnel. Jesus, those people have been ripped apart. That's why they were cordoning off this tunnel. Nothing of interest. Nothing of interest. Nope, nothing of interest. Nothing of interest here. What are you drawing, Ramona?
Pictures of Mummy and Daddy.
What are you drawing, Ramona?
Pictures
Won't
of Mummy
budge.
and Daddy.
Can't see anything of use. It won't open. It won't budge. It's a recent family photo. The corner's been torn off. I can only see Thomas and Ramona Waits in the picture. An old chest of drawers. Nothing of interest. It won't open. An old chest of drawers. It won't open. It won't open. It won't budge. What are you drawing, Ramona?
Pictures of Mummy and Daddy.
What are you drawing, Ramona?
Pictures of Mummy and Daddy.
The door's bolted shut. Nope, nothing important here. Looks like a diary. Nope, nothing of interest. It's not important. Nothing of interest. There's blood and scrape marks on the walls. The scrape marks look familiar. There's blood and scrape marks on the walls. The scrape marks look familiar. There's blood and scrape marks on the walls. Nothing of interest here. It won't open. Oh, God. No.
They've taken the last thing I loved away from me.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize what was up there. What the hell was that thing?
There's no time to explain. They'll be here soon. Listen to me closely. You've been the talk of the town all day, asking after the Burnham lad. I heard he never made it to Boston, that he was caught by the order of Dagon.
Did he pocket anything from the store's safe?
Thankfully, no. It's sturdy. He'd never have wrenched it open with a crowbar. There's something in there that needs protecting from the order. You've got to get it out of Innsmouth. Take the key to the back of my store. The safe combination's in my diary, upstairs. Hurry, Jack!
What the hell's in the safe, anyway?
You've gone too far this time, Wait. We're taking you in for murder. You'll swing for this.
Wait, he didn't do anything wrong.
He killed his own daughter. It's down flesh and blood. There's plenty wrong with that. I'm reckoning you do well to mind your own business, stranger. At Innsmouth, we handle things by the old ways.
Can't see anything of use. Nope, nothing important here. It's Ramona's coloring book. Nothing of interest here. It won't open. An old chest, a house plant. It won't budge. It won't budge. It won't open. Did you hear about Thomas Waits?
Nothing I want to talk to you about, stranger.
Jack. Oh, thank God I found you. Waite's been arrested for the murder of his daughter.
I know. It's my fault, Rebecca.
What are you talking about, Jack? What's your fault?
There was something in the attic. Some kind of animal, and I let it loose. It's all my fault. The police dragged Waits off. He can't take the fall for this. He's done nothing wrong. We gotta do something.
Guilty or not, the Order will see him lynched for it. There's nothing you can do.
Before they could drag him off, Tom Waits gave me the key to the variety store.
If you're going to snoop around in there, be careful. It's just off the main square. There's a back way down a flight of stairs.
He told me to protect whatever's in the safe, to get it out of town. Rebecca, I saw the oddest tramp, just by the poorhouse. He wore old shawls over his head, but, jeez, the skin on his arms and hands were, I don't know, tainted in some way.
The poor wretch. It's the Innsmouth curse, and probably the latter stages of it.
This curse, plague, or whatever you call it, is it some form of leprosy?
I fear not. Lepers at least have the salvation of death upon them.
Before they could drag him off, Tom Waits gave me the key to the variety store.
If you're going to snoop around in there, be careful. It's just off the main square. There's a back way down a flight of stairs.
He told me to protect whatever's in the safe, to get it out of town. Before they could drag him off, Tom Waits gave me the key to the variety store.
If you're going to snoop around in there, be careful. It's just off the main square. There's a back way down a flight of stairs.
He told me to protect whatever's in the safe, to get it out of town. Did you hear about Thomas Waits?
I heard when they caught him, he was caked in blood.
Before they could drag him off, Tom Waits gave me the key to the variety store.
If you're going to snoop around in there, be careful. It's just off the main square. There's a back way down a flight of stairs.
He told me to protect whatever's in the safe, to get it out of town. The store's been boarded up. This town's deserted. Where is everybody?
I reckon you might have scared him off with that ugly face of yours.
These posters are everywhere. It's a variety store, and it's closed. Will you be leaving soon?
This bus ain't going nowhere tonight, fella. Engine's blown, you see. Have to wait till morning.
Damn. Is there another bus out of Innsmouth?
No, but there's a hotel behind me. Gilman will have board for the night.